Sarah's personal faith and her family and her strong spiritual component of who she is, really coupled with our faith-based mission and the nature of our organization, it's just a fit that makes sense. And as a person, she brings that spiritual and faith-based nature of who she is to everything she does at Cedar Community, and that really shows in everything she's accomplished.
As fundraisers, we have the joy of doing good, and we have the joy of connecting donors to causes, and that's a privilege and it's a responsibility. And to other fundraisers, I encourage them, go be bold on behalf of your organization and the cause that you care about. To donors that they work with, look for opportunities to help, and to the communities around us, we're just glad to be able to do what we do.
Bela is an incredible individual. If there was one word that I would use to describe him, is that he's a servant leader. He's a great listener. He's hugely empathetic. He's very compassionate, and he wants to put others first.
He is amazing, and he is very inspiring because Bela makes it look so easy. And it's just who he is, living a life of spirituality and with the mantra of service to mankind ever since he was young. He's never wavered. He makes it easy. He makes it positive. He makes you realize that to be kind to each other and to do good things for each other, that it truly is better to give than to receive.
Tell you the truth, it's a spiritual inspiration. It goes back to the Old Testament. Love your neighbor as yourself. So it starts with yourself. If you'll be honest and you love yourself, you also want to extend it to others.
Bob represents what a true philanthropist should be. He studies what he's interested in. He chooses then the organizations he wants to get involved in. He cares tremendously about the welfare of people.
I really want people to know Bob and his motivations and the purity of his intent behind his giving. He is one of the most humble and sincere people you will ever meet. He always puts other people first, and so I am thrilled and honored that today we can put some focus and attention on him because he's always shining the light on others and things that he cares about.
I have always felt that simply giving money to an organization does not bring you alone into the true meaning and the true core of what that organization is doing. There is such a variety of different organizations that need people's help that I do believe people who are philanthropic should determine for themselves what excites them, what touches them, what is most rewarding to them, and there is no greater joy than seeing the faces of people, seeing what you have been able to do to help people, and that is the greatest gift that we can have, is the gift of giving.
To see how people have come together or how they've chosen to help each other has been a really beautiful thing. And I don't know that anybody shows that like the kitchen cabinet has, and I don't know that anybody has been up against the same challenges that they have. And to see them continue to give back, whether that's through a Do Good with Food type event with children's, whether that's by donating thousands of meals to our frontline healthcare staff. I don't know that I have words to describe how inspired I felt. And I have the privilege of seeing this type of work every day. But this group is special, and they've done some really amazing things.
Giving back is a way to strengthen an entire community. There are folks that have struggles every single day. Doesn't matter why, doesn't matter how they got there, but it's only better when we all come together as a community to help build each other up and strengthen each other. And you never know when you're going to be on the receiving end of it. So it's always a good idea to be active in community. And for the Milwaukee Kitchen Cabinet, it's doing it through food, and it's doing through giving back and through the great works that restaurateurs do every single day in their community. We want a strong community. We want a community that comes together for common goals, and we can only do that by lifting each other up.
Stephanie and Autumn came to our organization They saw a real need for student advocacy and impact within our organization, our partner organizations, and the community. So Stephanie and Autumn worked together to develop the structure, recruit students, and launch some programming for the advisory board. It's really inspiring. Honestly, it's a little more intimidating than inspiring because they're so young and they're so driven and so insightful and so strategic in everything they do.
I used to think that only adults were able to really make an impact. I thought as a child, I really wasn't really contributing to anything. But as I got older, I realized that that wasn't true. If you want to see something change, if you want to make a difference in your community, go out and do that. And don't let anyone really tell you that you're too young or too old or whatever the case may be, because volunteering and helping other people, I feel, is really just good for the soul. And that if you're going to do something to better someone else's life, just go for it.
I think all of us have the power to take, even if it's a couple minutes a day, even if it's a couple hours a week, to give back. And I think projecting that out long term, we all have the power to make a significant difference in others' lives. And if everybody has that mentality, I think for sure philanthropy can change the world.
If you ask anyone about John, the first thing they probably would say is John is a wonderful person. He is so committed to this community. John is present. He shows up in every sense of the word when we've asked him to do something or he's volunteered to do something for us. John is just amazing in every way. I'm so fortunate to have met him, to have worked with him. So please, everybody, be more like John.
I just really enjoy being around people. I'm kind of a people person. So I enjoy the opportunity. I consider it a privilege. With someone in my position, really it's a privilege that I get asked to be a volunteer and the opportunity to provide a model for other people to say, well, look at, if I can do this, then you can do it too.
Mary Beth has had such an impact in so many people's lives, as well as the nonprofits, and it's so great when you get to see some of these organizations thrive, and because she's able to connect donors to those nonprofits. Her way of connecting people to their passions, to their causes, is just absolutely, there's not many like her in this area, and that's why she's getting this award.
Being involved with a nonprofit is one of the most rewarding things any individual can do. It's good for your physical and mental health. It's good for your self-assurance. It's fun, number one, it's always fun, and you get to meet new people. I like to encourage people to join me in any activity that I'm involved with, and I think volunteering really makes a big difference in how you learn to be philanthropic. Just that experience that you have that encourages you to do more, that enables you to do more, and also touches your heart. I think that's the big thing. When you're working on a project and you just get that feeling